E11, loneliness, live stream, no regrets.
Check your phone.
So does using marijuana have long-term effects on your brain? Tell us about that, Crystal.
What? No, just saying.
And I remember going to the Sun City, and it's such a cool place to go, you know, like if you guys haven't been, you guys should try going. It's not like, it's really awesome to go, you know. But obviously I had a really bad experience because I was on, like I took, I think it was 2 or 3 pills.
Hello everyone and welcome to Eppin Adulting's Jeopardy Challenge. Known as the Green Fairy, it is said to inspire artists and to make you hallucinate. Hopefully you guys could answer.
What?
What is that called? What is absence?
Can you say that again, please?
God, Jesus.
I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but I know it's called absence.
We'll give it to you. What is absence?
Yeah. I was like, I know it was an absence.
Abstinence?
You have proved that you fight well. Now you can join us.
Keep cup sequence. Wake up, check your phone. Ignore the alarm, you're still alone. Wake up, rewind the night. Who are you? But also kind of who am I? Wake up, check your phone.
Continue. I'm feeling great after I beat Crystal. Feeling great. Look at you. What happened here? So let's continue with the 9 most used recreational drugs that lead to hospital visits are synthetic cannabis, which is what we were smoked,
Yeah.
alcohol, MDMA, amphetamines, cocaine, LSD, cannabis. 8 would be mushrooms. 9 methamphetamine. So everything else before meth. And it
That's
says
crazy.
the 9 substances above range from 4.8% of ER visits to 0.2% with mushrooms and cannabis being the lowest percentage of visits to the ER. Synthetic cannabis, alcohol, and methamphetamine were the highest percentages from 1.2% to 4.8% of hospitalizations. So it wasn't going like in order. It's just naming the nine ones that they get the most. And
The most and then the least.
yeah, apparently 4.8 of ER visits to 0.2% with mushrooms and cannabis being at the lowest percentage of visits. And then the highest would be methamphetamine and alcohol, synthetic cannabis too.
Yeah, because the other one's Girl from the Earth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most popular, and this is from Dana Point rehabcampus.com. So it's like a rehab place. I got this information. They did a survey, a global drug survey that uses data from over 100,000 people and more than 50 countries found that, you know, these were the favorites. So alcohol was used by 94.1% of the participants, making it the most popular by a substantial margin. So alcohol.
That's a lot.
I know cannabis was used by 60% of respondents in the last year. Cocaine is the third most popular drug with 19.1% using in the last year. So, wow.
Damn.
And then MDMA or Molly was next with 19.0% usage. Methamphetamine was used by 12.2% of respondents. LSD or acid, I told you it was acid. LSD or acid was the next most popular, 11.4% reported using in the last year. Magic mushrooms were used by 10.4% of of respondents, and then prescription opioids were used by 8.9% of participants. Other prescription drugs accounted for 8.0%. So
Dang.
that's crazy, right? But like alcohol is always the top one. It's insane.
Well, yeah.
It's the most
'Cause it's
accessible.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say because it's legal and people can get their hands, in the corner store, at Walmart, anywhere.
So you gotta read that. What is cocaine, Crystal?
It's a horrible, horrible drug.
No, I'm saying read it. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Can't believe you didn't get that one. I kept saying that yesterday. I mean, the previous one that we are talking about that we're gonna talk today about this.
Yeah.
And then I kept
No.
saying like cocaine's a hell of a drug. Rick James.
I didn't think it was actually just like that, I didn't. Oh well.
Okay, so you want to read what is cocaine? What I found out, facts about
I
cocaine.
can't read it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so
Yeah, back there.
I'll go ahead and read it.
Okay.
Cocaine is a stimulant drug extracted from the leaves of the erythroxylin coca lamb, a species of the coca plant, which is cultivated in the Andean region of South America. It can be consumed in powder cocaine form, which is usually snorted or injected, or it can also be consumed in crack cocaine form, which is usually smoked, and in paste form, which is also smoked. For thousands of years, many indigenous groups in the Andean region have chewed coca leaves to produce a mild stimulant effect and reduce hunger. This traditional use continues today. Also, scientists isolated cocaine from coca leaves in the 1850s, and until the early 20th century, this new wonder drug could be found in many medicines and popular health tonics, including Coca-Cola. It was legal until 1914, when the U.S. government effectively outlawed it through the Harrison Narcotics Act. Crazy, huh? That's crazy that
It
it
is
was
crazy.
in Coca-Cola, and then I asked, obviously,
Coca-Cola.
I asked everybody, like, oh, and they're like, yeah, we know it's in Coke.
You're like, what?
And then somebody's like, yeah, well, they still do it, and I'm like, no, I read that, no, that they use
They banned it.
the coca leaf, but it's already extracted from, like, all the cocaine or whatever is extracted,
Okay.
so they still
Yeah,
use
so
it, but not like that, like it doesn't have anything, or it has like little to nothing,
that's crazy for real. It's like, I
that you
don't
would,
know. I
right?
wonder how they make it. I'm thinking about that. Like, how can they use those leaves? But
I don't
I'm
know.
probably
Have
certain.
you seen how they make Coke though?
Well, I don't know. Honestly, I haven't. I've seen movies where they're making it, but it's a movie.
No, yeah, it's insane. They put stuff like crazy stuff like
Like
gasoline,
what?
like all these fucking fumes, like all these things that are like, how like when I don't know if you ever like whenever you're gonna mop and then you start putting like Fabuloso and then you put like Clorox and
Ammonia.
you start putting all these things in there. And you're not supposed to, right?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to combine
No.
any of those because they start like creating fumes and shit.
Yeah.
So I used to do that.
Fuck.
But that's how it reminds me when people are doing coke or like I've seen documentaries and stuff where they're just putting shit, like things like that
That's
are
crazy.
like you think about it, you're
I
like,
want to see
yeah,
it
I'm putting all this shit in my body,
in my body.
but then I'm
Yeah.
smoking, so. Um, let's see here. So it is now classified as a Schedule II substance, which means that the federal government has determined that it has potential for misuse and dependence, but that it also has accepted medical use and can be prescribed for restricted use of local anesthetic. There are no pharmacological differences between powder cocaine and crack cocaine. This means chemically they are nearly identical and hence produce similar results. However,
Yeah.
there is a difference in the way that the drugs are taken. Powder cocaine is snorted, injected, or swallowed, while crack cocaine is smoked. Thus, crack cocaine tends to be cheaper, faster acting, and the high lasts for a shorter period of time. Compared to inhaling powder cocaine, how quickly the effects are felt differs based on how it's taken, as do the ways that in which it's associated harms to be reduced can be reduced. I have sentencing disparities, meaning despite the fact that the chemical structure of powder cocaine and crack cocaine is nearly identical, the punishment for crack cocaine or crack possession or sales is far greater than that of cocaine. Until 2010, the
No.
sentencing disparity was 100-1, which means that while just 5 grams of crack would carry a 5-year mandatory minimum, it would take 500 grams of cocaine to trigger the same 5-year sentence. While the law was changed in 2010, there continues to be a disparity of 18-1. So that's the difference between
Cocaine and crack.
yeah, and
For
how
like
you
time.
yeah, and how you were explaining to me, remember? You're saying, well, yeah, because you create crack, you make it, like.
Yeah,
And
into
cocaine is
little.
made too, though.
Well, yeah, it's already actually. Well, I mean, it is made, but I was thinking maybe because you get the cocaine, and out of the cocaine you make the crack.
Mm,
So basically, the cocaine's given to you made already. You know what I mean? It's powdered,
mhm.
and you actually have to cook it to make a rock. That's what I was thinking. Like maybe that's probably why, because you're not
So
only
why is it
distributing the
cheaper?
thing, or
Why do
I
you
don't
think
know.
it's
That's
cheaper? Because you lose a lot
well,
of cocaine by cooking it?
well, I think because you just right now, because of what you read, it goes away faster. No, maybe that's
Oh,
why.
that's why. Yeah, that's right. That's true. Because
Maybe.
the effects don't last as long as cocaine, like regular. Well, not regular, but
Hmm.
like snorting it and stuff. So that sucks that, you know, that even though it's the same shit,
Have you done either one of them?
I've done cocaine. Cocaine's a
Tried
hell of
it?
a drug. I've done cocaine. I remember because I don't know, I don't think I got too much into it where like I
Yeah.
needed to. And but I've tried it a few times and um I don't know. I mean, it was fine. It was just like how you said with the pills, I don't know how many times you tried the
Oh,
pills, but maybe you
yeah, yeah,
tried them less than I tried cocaine. But I'm saying like,
yeah.
but I've tried it and
But it wasn't for you.
well, I wouldn't say it wasn't for me because I've done it more than once. I'm like, I wouldn't go as far as to say it wasn't for me.
I just,
People
it
are like,
wasn't.
damn this girl. No, I mean, I don't do anything anymore because I like
But you
being
did.
sober. I like being nice. I like being myself. I'm fine with being like this.
Yeah, the
But
way you.
like I don't need it, but I'm not like and I never really got into it, you know what I mean? Like I tried it
Hmm.
several times, but I never really got into it. Like I didn't need to have it, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you were more into it, huh?
Well, it's like you said right now earlier, like You with pills, I was with coke. Like,
Ew.
like sick nights that I remember, like just pigging out. I,
Like,
yeah, I
you
used
mean
to do it
picking
a
out
lot.
like in like doing coke all
I
day?
would do it like all night. Like sometimes I will go 3-day binge. Just yeah, it was bad.
But doesn't it burn after a while?
Well, it depends. Sometimes I've gotten some where yeah, like one of the times I think I did a lot, like so much, and it was so crappy that it
Mhm.
like, oh my God, my nose was a mess.
Like, do you bleed? Were you bleeding?
Yeah, like every
It
time I would
bleeds
do it.
every time I would
Every
bleed.
yeah, because I would do so much, like my nose, like the next day it would be like bleeding.
Oh, I was
It was
like,
gross.
this
Yeah,
is
it
what you
was
get for mistreating me.
gross. Yeah, so I don't know. I would abuse it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Yeah. It
yeah. Well,
wasn't just like,
that's
oh, let me take one. It was like, let me have the whole eight ball.
and you would waste a lot of money like that. Like you would, a lot of
Dude,
money went to
yes,
that, or what?
a lot. I was younger that I was working at like Wendy's. I would spend my whole check. Yeah,
And then
and
you'd
one
be all
night.
broke. Yeah,
And one night, yeah, it wasn't like, oh, let me do it every day. No, it was like almost every weekend, and it was only one day, but it would last me till the next day. So it was bad. I honestly regret that. The feeling afterwards, oh God, never
what?
again.
I think yeah. I think I guess it's just how you feel. Like when I was out of, like when I was getting off of my being on ecstasy, looking
Yeah.
myself in the mirror, I felt like I looked like a crackhead. Well, I don't want to say that.
Well, well, I mean, why not? I mean, I'm sure it looks not good. Like, oh, you
Yeah,
look
like I
dead.
looked like I was like not good, I
I
guess because you
know.
like while you're on the drug, you go to the mirror and you look fabulous. You look good, you look fine. You look, oh, I look cute. When you're
Yeah.
getting off of it, like when you're already like on your way home and shit, like
Oh,
morning, daylight and shit, you're outside and you're like, oh my
oh,
god, I look like shit, you know?
you look horrible. Yeah, that's how I would look like crap. Like, I don't know how the fuck I survived many of those. Ugh, just thinking about it grosses me out. Like, I mean, I fucked up a lot of times when I was young.
Yeah, we
Shit,
all did.
it's the only drug, dude, that I'm just like, fuck no. Never ever again.
Cocaine, never
Scary.
ever again.
Oh, hell no, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I don't know, like me, I was more like, oh, I don't think I want to put anything in my nose because I don't like anything in my nose. Like I don't want
Yeah.
to. I don't wanna. you
Like,
know, like I felt like I was
yeah.
gonna sneeze or something. So I don't know. I just never really. And then even then, like with pills and all that, I was telling a friend of mine, like, oh, I never really had to buy anything. Like I never
Yeah.
bought weed. I never bought pills. I never bought any drugs. They were
It
always
was
like
just
there.
free.
Like they were free because they were friends, or they were free because I was going out with the guy, and they would
Yeah,
purchase them.
yeah.
So, or like, hey, you want to go out? All right, cool. And then like they were there, and it's like, all right, cool. Like,
All right.
so hey, you want
I,
to hit this, or you want some of this, or you want some of that? And I'm all right, cool. But because
yeah.
of that, you weren't. I guess that's why I never really, well, except aside from the pills, but like Coke, since I wouldn't buy it, I don't feel comfortable
Yeah.
like, hey, let me hit it again, or let me do it again, or let me do it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, it's not even mine, and
Yeah, like
even
let me
when
have another one.
people, yeah, and even when people were like, well, you want another one or come on, do it. And I'll be like, nah, and that not so much because it wasn't mine, but because I didn't want to. But then also
Yeah,
because I was like, no, like it's not fair because they spend
it's
so
not for
much
me.
money on
Oh,
this and it's theirs.
yeah,
Like you spend a
no,
lot of money on
it's
it, so I wouldn't want them to like,
expensive.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like enjoy it because you bought it, like
I
it's
know.
yours.
Dude, and then thinking about it right now, like I think it got me into like a lot of fights with the friends that I was hanging out with, like
Yeah.
because of it. Like I know like I've had friends that have like stolen some, like when I send them to go get because it was their connect. And you could tell right away when you get it, like you already know your shit, you know
Like
what I
they're
mean?
not
Like this is
dumb,
what
yeah.
it's supposed to be, yeah, And they're like, oh, I don't know, that's what they gave you, and they look off at that, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh,
They're like,
I'd be like, you know what, I'm leaving, and then they would get all butthurt because I have been buying it and they weren't gonna have any more, and I was gonna take my shit. So I know I got into a lot of arguments with friends over it. Like it was just so crazy. Well, not really actually friends, but
that's crazy. Like you get so well, it's technically it's your money. You spend your money
yeah,
on that,
exactly.
so you become very possessive of your like, hey, let me do the lines and I'm gonna do them super skinny for you guys.
You get that. Yeah.
Like
You're getting a little bump.
little bit. So like for
Little bump.
me, since I'm not really into it, I would be like, no, it's all you, like you go for it, girl,
Yeah.
like you go for it. Cause I feel
Well,
bad, it's
I'm
your
glad you didn't.
money. Huh?
I'm glad you didn't get into it like I did.
Yeah. Um
But yeah, I know I sent you two pictures of me.
yeah.
So
Do
I don't mind if you post them, but
okay,
I know I
so
used to do
tell
a
us
picture of
about picture number 1. You were
which
on the
one?
floor. You were on the dirt.
Oh, I used to drink a shitload. Obviously, I had issues with drinking, and we were drinking all day, and we ended up going to Elephant Butte. And I remember I didn't want to sleep in the car because it was crowded or something. And then I was like, I'm going outside, and I don't remember anything after that. But somebody took a picture of me the next day on the floor, on the sand, on the dirt. Pretty sad, actually, but
Oh my god, Crystal. That's you right there. And I'll show it with
you
the
can see
beer.
it. The
With the
beer was so next to
beer.
me.
It looks a little
Dude.
blurry, but you can tell that's Crystal.
Yeah, that's my body.
Wow. That's pretty intense, I'm telling you.
I know. And the second picture,
Which was?
that's I was super, super bony, but it was because I was doing coke.
So that way
It
you can
looks horrible.
you're thin.
Dude, I was 6.
Well, so I have pictures of you and you were really thin when you were living with
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
When we were roommates. So um mine was I have I already showed you, no? I'll show like how skinny I was. I got really thin because pills, I mean, you really lose hunger. You're not hungry,
Yeah,
so you don't eat.
yeah,
So I got really small, like, well, to me, it was considered smaller because I was always a little bit more big bone, more thicker. So like like right now,
yeah.
you can't even see my collarbones. You
I
can't
look
even
at her,
see
I'm like,
those bitches. Like, not
I
even if
see
I do
it.
this. Like,
I see him.
you can't see this bitch. But
Where are you?
where
You
come
can't even
out.
see mine through here. Let's see.
You better come out. Come out. No me quedes
Come out.
mal. No me quedes mal. Enfrente de todos.
Dude, maybe it's shy. Gosh.
Pero mira, ni se me mira. Se toca un
I wanna.
poquito. Pero
A
like
ver.
in my pictures when I
Yeah.
was on partying and stuff, you can see them like very, very prominent. Like they're very there. Like, and I felt so cute because I've never been that small. Like, oh, I'm so tiny. You know.
Yeah, no.
And the guys would be like, I can break you. And I'd be like, oh, yes, you can.
Oh
I'm
my
so tiny.
god. Break
Don't you,
me.
don't you dare break me. Pick me up. Yeah, so I don't know, like me, how I am, I think I've always been like pretty tall and pretty, like, like I'm a
Yeah.
big woman, like and when I was doing drugs and like partying so much, I felt like I became very petite and very así como que like shrunk, like I think I felt like I was
Yeah.
smaller.
Teeny, yeah, like tiny.
Yeah. So I mean, I kind of miss that a little bit.
Well,
But I
no,
don't
because
miss the
it was,
fact, huh?
I said, well, no, because it was like bad.
Well, I'm saying I miss being petite, but I don't miss how I got it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would rather be like healthy, like get in that petite way, like
In a
petite
healthy
form in a
way.
healthy way. Yeah. Not like having to do that, even though it was pretty quick.
The
Next thing you know, I'm like, hey guys, hey, hey, hey,
next episode
hey,
and shit.
hey guys,
How
how's it going?
you doing?
That's funny.
Dude, fuck no. Mm-mm.
Ay, no, ya no estoy para esas cosas. Perdón.
Hell
Yeah,
no. Fuck,
no.
I'm done.
All my fucking memories on Facebook, how you get like memories? I was like, who's down to party? What are you guys doing this weekend? Oh my god, who's up right now? Let's go fucking out. Let's go drink. Who's up for a drink? Oh my god. I'm like,
That's
calm the fuck
crazy.
down, girl. And then I'm also
Party
saying,
girl.
yeah, and then I'm also saying, why can't anybody take me seriously? Why can't I find a good guy? Why
Oh
are
my
they all
god.
taken? Well, bitch, because all you fucking pose is you wanting to go party.
Party,
So
yeah.
that's all that you're gonna get, It's
A partier.
party guys, yeah.
I
So
know,
that's
dude. It sucks, but
cocaine. What happens?
it does, dude. Fuck it.
You're young and you're wild and free, and then you live and learn. And okay, so what is glass and what is meth? Difference. Remember, we're like
Yeah, yeah,
crystal
yeah.
meth, or is it the same thing?
I
Probably
don't
not.
know. I thought it was.
It is.
Yeah.
It's just a different. They cook it, so it becomes like little
So it
chips of
becomes another.
ice. So that's why they say crystal. Yeah, crystal meth. Okay, so glass consists of 90% and 100% meth that resembles rock salt. It's the purest form of meth. Crystal meth is a powder form that can be mixed with any other materials. So methamphetamine can be swallowed, snorted, smoked, injected by users. The effects usually last for 4 to 8 hours or more, depending on the dosage.
That's crazy.
Damn.
I know. Like I know people that are like that were addicted or still are. I'm not sure if they are. But damn, that's sad. Like, I don't know. How
It's
it
just,
overpowers them.
yeah. It says the history use of methamphetamine is intertwined with the history of its chemical cousin, amphetamine. Their chemical structures are similar, although the effects of methamphetamine on the central nervous system is more pronounced. So then it was, amphetamine was first synthesized in 1887 and methamphetamine was discovered in 1919. By 1943, both drugs were widely available to treat a range of disorders, including narcolepsy, depression, obesity, alcoholism, and behavioral syndrome called minimal brain dysfunction, known today as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD.
Fuck.
Following World War II, during which amphetamine was widely used to keep combat duty soldiers alert, both amphetamine, which is Adderall, Besidrine, Dexedrine, and methamphetamine, became more available to the public. In 1971, Congress passed the Comprehensive Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Act, which classified the amphetamine and methamphetamine as Schedule II drugs, the most restricted category for prescription drugs. In response to an ever-increasing demand for black market stimulants, their illegal production, especially that of methamphetamine, increased dramatically. Wow.
That's crazy, dude.
I know, it's insane. Like I'm
To even
like, huh?
oh, go ahead. I
No,
was
go
gonna
ahead.
say to even think that it was used as a drug, like something that would give soldiers, like what the fuck?
Yes, or even like for anxiety or for alcoholism or for like depression, all that.
That's
That's
crazy.
insane. Well, no wonder people stay so dependent on prescription drugs, you know?
Yeah,
Because they have all these fucking they come well, these are drugs that we know now are actually drugs, and before it was an actual legal drug,
yeah,
prescription drug, you know? So imagine now, like whatever people are taking prescribed, and that's why the people get so
yeah,
dependent on it, and then eventually it comes out that, oh, a new drug that comes out, and it's on that fucking drug
yeah.
that you've been taking. No wonder you've
That's
been so
true. Yeah,
dependent on it. That's
it's so
crazy.
addicting.
Yeah. Oh, look, this is interesting. Like amphetamine, methamphetamine increases activity, decreases appetite, and causes a general sense of well-being. Amphetamine has been used for weight control, for athletic performance and endurance, for treatment of mild depression, and to help truckers complete their long hauls without falling asleep.
Oh my God,
Methamphetamine has been widely marketed to women for weight loss and to treat depression. That's insane.
that is.
And it's insane because I don't know if you've ever been on like a weight loss pills or anything like that. They make you feel a certain way.
Yeah, they do.
They make you feel like you're wired.
They do.
Uh, Pharmaceutical methamphetamine is still available legal under the brand name Disoxin, but only infrequently prescribed to treat severe obesity, narcolepsy, and ADHD. So they still have it. It's
That's pretty
oh,
scary.
pharmaceutical and amphetamine is available by prescription under a number of brand names, most notably Adderall. It's interesting. It's like I don't want to read this because it's so long, but it's so interesting, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh, I'm just gonna browse,
I
and
wanna
then I start
get
reading, and I'm like, oh, I need to mention this. I need to
like, oh
mention
shit.
this. I know it sounds like an afternoon, like, hey, let me turn on the channel and learn fun facts about drugs and shit. Like, I didn't want it to be like that, but it's just so many interesting facts that you're just like,
Yeah,
fuck, I want to know, you
that
know?
I didn't even know. Yeah.
Yeah. The only reason I know about crystal meth was because of Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah, that was a good ass show. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because it brought it to light that it's a big problem, you know? It's a
Mm-hmm.
big thing, and they were cooking it there too.
I know, and he was the best cook too.
He was making that
Apparently,
super
you
legit.
know.
It's insane. So LSD, have you ever tried acid?
No,
And you wouldn't want
I
to.
I don't know. A lot of people tell me that I don't like the people that have tried it will tell me, dude, like if you try it, it's like the best experience ever. But I don't know that I would
I
try it.
I wouldn't want to try it. I would want to try
You?
shrooms. I've never tried shrooms.
Oh, I have, but
it was nothing like
Um,
it wasn't
no, I
like
didn't.
life changing. Like now you have a just different perspective in life.
No, that's what I heard in that when you take acid, that's what
Yeah,
happens. But I don't know.
like you're in a
World,
whole
I
different
heard.
world. Not in this
I heard
dimension. You're in a
that.
different dimension.
No, I heard from people that have tried it
Uh-huh.
that you get in tune with Earth. I was like, I don't know if that's true, but
That's amazing.
yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you're just like how I tell you. We're all energy. We're all so you're like in touch and there's a connectiveness that
Yeah,
goes, yeah, like we're here, but we're
beyond.
all the same, like so it just opens up that third eye.
That's what I don't know. That's what I heard. So I don't know. It sounds interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
It does. It does sound interesting, and I'm gonna read a few facts about that. I don't know if you've seen this. If I can find the video, I'll put it. But there's a video of this lady. There's a footage of a lady, like a housewife, who they're like doing like a trial or something. Like, we're gonna give you acid. They're gonna give her acid, and then she's gonna tell us how she's feeling. So this
Yeah.
lady is like in black and white, black and white, and she tries it or whatever, right? And then later on, she's just like, the colors, like she's just talking about what she's seeing. And like you can just see
Yeah.
her face, and she's like in some like somewhere beautiful, I guess. Something like she couldn't even explain what she was seeing because it was like, you have to see it for yourself. It's just amazing. It's like she was feeling
It's crazy.
like insane. Like it makes you feel like fuck, I want to be there. What the fuck is she looking? Like
What is it?
she's like, you have to feel this. And they were very proper and very like they spoke very nice, and so she's like,
Yeah.
have to see this and the colors. I can't explain. And then the guy's like talking to her, like, but tell us what are you feeling and what are you seeing? And then she's like, her face, just looking at her, talking,
Oh,
and like, trying to put it into words what she's seeing, what she's experiencing is like, what the fuck? Like, wow. Like
what
you
is it?
wanna, I don't know. I don't remember what she keeps saying, but she's like, there's a point where she can't really describe it because it's undescribable. Like it's something that you just have to live.
That's
You have to
crazy.
go through the whole thing, like to see what she was seeing. Like I guess
She's actually seeing.
like how you're saying, like these people say or claim that they get more in touch with Earth and with themselves,
Yeah.
with who they are, with why we're here, the whole meaning of life and shit.
Yeah. That's
So
crazy. Like, I don't-
so watching this, I'm just like, wow, but it seems like such a genuine, such a like such a drug that opens your mind because apparently we don't use our entire mind or whatever. It just
Mhm.
kind of opens doors and opens that third eye, like I said, where you view things differently or you're seeing, because we only see a certain, like there's like the Matrix kind of thing. We only see what we want to see, or we only see what the eye, as far as the eye can see,
Yeah,
whatever,
I get
right?
what
Like,
you're saying.
but there's so much more. Like we're all
Mm-hmm.
pretty much matter. We're all energy. So imagine being able to see that, like being able to be like, fuck, I can blend, I can melt into this fucking laptop. I can look, I'm a chair. I'm the chair. We're like melted together. Or like, or like I can go in here, you know what I mean? Like, let me go in here with Crystal. Crystal, I'm right there with you. I know it sounds insane and like, what the fuck, but it's just like I know because my brother is like me, my brother Albert. He has tried acid before and he's tried shrooms and he loves it. And he'll basically will go through very specific, detailed, and I should have told him to like be here, to talk to us. Because he has experiences with acid, with fucking shrooms and shit like that, right?
Crazy.
And he says like, yeah, it just changes your whole perspective in life. Like you don't see, I guess, you know what it does. What I think, because I haven't really done it. I feel like it just kind of like you don't take life as serious anymore. You know what I mean? Like you don't get mad at the stupid things anymore. You kind of just focus on just living in the present moment because you're so connected already. Like you're detached from all the materialistic, all the fucking everything
Yeah.
that kind of weighs you down. You know what I mean? I think since you're so
Yeah.
connected with yourself and connected with the earth, and you just want to, I guess that's why they call them hippies and they call them because they're so connected with life, with earth, they just want to, it's like, it's a simpler life, I guess. You just don't get pissed off at stupid shit, Nothing.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's
I
what
don't
I
know.
think. Maybe I'll try it.
I don't know.
We should try it together,
Maybe we
Crystal.
should.
We should try it.
I'd be down in like 5 years.
Yeah. I'll be down in 5 years too. Do it in 5 years. It's just like, remember that movie, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Never saw it.
With Johnny Depp. You never seen it?
Nope.
It's like this trippy ass movie. And they're doing acid and you're pretty much watching this and you feel like you're on acid too.
Is it the one where
Fear and Loathing.
one of the kids invents it and he puts it like in a sugar cube
And then what?
and then he takes it and then he like goes to the park and he's like tripping out, but he took more than he should have. So you could see everything the way he's seeing it, dude, and you feel disgusting just by watching this movie.
Is
But I
it
don't know
the
if it's
park like a carnival kind of thing? Like
I
with
don't even remember. But he ends up going to a teacher to help because he has a shot so that he doesn't overdose.
oh no, I don't think it's that one.
Oh?
No, Fear and Loathing is like Johnny Depp and this other, I forgot who else comes out in it. But they're driving across to Vegas, They're driving on the road and shit and they get to Vegas and then they're like fucking doing acid and all this shit and they're like at a bar or at a casino or at a how Vegas it's just like fucking lights everywhere and shit,
Yeah.
I think they're like at some point they're at a carnival or some shit like that where there's a fucking merry-go-round and there's so many lights and so much going on and like he's tripping like super bad and like faces and everything's moving all crazy and it's happening in the movie so you're like watching this and you're tripping out.
Yeah.
You're
And
like,
you're like,
I'm
whoa.
dizzy. There's a point where I got dizzy because you get dizzy from watching that,
Yeah.
It's insane. LSD, lysergic acid diethylamide. LSD or acid is considered to be the best known and most researched psychedelic drug. It is active at exceptionally small doses and is taken orally, sometimes as droplets or more commonly on blotter paper and absorbed on the tongue and then swallowed. So right here, put it right here, put it in your eye. I see people,
Yeah.
your eye and
I heard that.
shit.
Put in your eye. Yeah.
The discovery of LSD. LSD was discovered back in 1938 by Albert Hoffman, a Swiss chemist working at Sandoz laboratories. He later became the first person to experience the drug's psychoactive effects after he accidentally ingested a small amount in 1943. So the effects Hoffman's reported included restlessness, dizziness, a dreamlike state, and an extremely stimulated imagination. So that's what it does. Sandoz sent samples of LSD to psychiatrists, scientists, and mental health professionals around the world for more research. For the next 2 decades, thousands of experiments with LSD led to a better understanding of how LSD affected consciousness by interacting with the brain's serotonin neurotransmitter system. That's awesome though, because I don't know. To me, it seems like a cool
Sounds awesome.
drug. It's I don't know, something that I'd be down to do.
Probably me too.
Uses for LSD. Scientists consider psychedelics to be promising treatments as an aid to therapy for a broad range of psychiatric diagnoses, including alcoholism, schizophrenia, autism, spectrum disorders, and depression. So LSD is currently a Scheduled 1 and a Controlled Substance Act, the most heavily criminalized category for drugs. Schedule 1 drugs are considered to have a high potential for abuse and no currently accepted medical use, though when it comes to LSD, there is a significant evidence to the contrary on both counts. So since they use it a lot on people with depression, people with with disorders, the autism, schizophrenia and all that. So that's why it's still considered kind of like for medicinal purposes, So they still use it on people like that suffer from
I didn't know that they still use that shit.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's not crazy, but that's cool. No? Well, I mean, anything that would help like someone not be depressed and feel good.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I'm down for that. However, LSD and other psychedelics are known for their profound changes in consciousness and perception. LSD's effects last around 8 to 10 hours, with peak effects occurring 4 to 6 hours after ingestion. So imagine 8 to 10 hours of fucking tripping out.
Imagine.
And then
Hell
there's a
no.
peak. That's insane. You'd have to like be really like, I'm gonna have my whole schedule open because imagine like, oh damn, I have to go pick up my son from school and I'm tripping and I'm tripping balls and shit. You're like, you drive up and you're all naked and shit.
You think you're wearing a hot suit?
Why? But I look great. What are you talking about? I put on my birthday suit. What are you talking about? Oh, LSD affects sensory enhancement, sense of time changing, like minutes can feel like hours. So I think I am already tripping on LSD because my minutes feel like hours.
Fuck no, dude. I wouldn't want to take it now thinking about that shit.
Real and imagined objects appear to be moving, flowing patterns and shapes, both with eyes open or closed. So you can be like this, like, whoa.
Whoa, man. Oh.
You see that? You see that? You see that? Unusual thoughts and speech. Hey, we're already tripping on LSD, dude. Like we have like LSD. I think we have like natural LSD like in our body.
In our body.
We're already tripping. No need to purchase nothing. We're already
You're already
personal. I know,
on it.
right? Personal insight and reflection. Like right now, I just started reflecting and or I just
Whatever.
started like, oh, I get it. I'm one with my computer.
Hi. And me with my phone.
You and me are slick. Look at me. I'm smooth like
Hi.
you.
We're best friends.
Yes. Excited mood, so you get all excited too. Dude, we have all these symptoms. Or like not symptoms, but
Exactly.
like
We are LSD.
we are LSD. We're fucking LSD. Lick me.
Like,
Here, lick me, have a little taste. I'm LSD. That's hilarious. Here, have a little LSD. Ah!
yes, feel better.
You feel better, huh? I'm gonna make you
Well,
feel
maybe you should
good.
like some more.
I'm gonna make you feel good. Individuals' reaction to these perceptual changes are very much based on set and setting. So you have to be somewhere very, like happy. You don't want to be
Safe.
down and fucking taking it because then you're gonna go on a
Yeah,
bad trip.
yeah, that's what I heard too.
Set or mindset refers to the psychological state and the beliefs of the person taking the drug. Setting is the external circumstances they're in, the people around them, and their environmental surroundings. Because set and setting vary so widely from person to person, and even from experience to experience, each LSD experience can produce vastly different outcomes. From frightening to deeply meaningful and positive life-changing experiences. And it says on between parentheses, though some parts may still be overwhelming and psychological jarring. So it's intense.
I don't know. Like a
It's in,
50-50.
you know what? I've always been a little like, I'm a little afraid to, I guess that's why I've never done it. I don't know. I think that's why I haven't tried it because my mind can go really dark. Can just
Yeah.
go to a dark place, and I don't want to be like trying to make
Stuck like that
myself,
for like 8 hours.
oh my God. And then like trying to make myself like, oh, I want to be in a positive place. And then when it hits me, I'm just bam, goes to my fucking
And then you go to
crazy.
bad trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like in the closet with a knife.
Oh.
Lorena! Look at the little fucking girl is looking at me.
Hell no, you're not gonna try it.
And it's like
You're
a
not gonna
little
try it.
sock. It's a sock, and I'm like, stupid little troll, stop laughing at me. I'm killing the sock and shit. It just
The
will die. It
radio
will.
and shit, like tripping out.
No, let's not.
Fuck, let's not do it. I'm like, never mind.
You're like, you're too intense, and I cannot do it with you. Okay.
Hell no, I wouldn't even try to help you out. I was gonna say, hey, you know what? I'll be there for you, and you try it, but not if you're gonna act like that.
I'm like, you want to go streaking? And I'm like taking off my clothes and like go running. We're going streaking,
no.
like fucking, like fucking that movie.
Old school.
Old school.
Old school.
Yeah. So now that we're done talking about really awesome acid,
Awesome.
that we're already creating in our own body, me and Crystal, we should charge.
We're
I'm
already
sorry.
It's in here.
It's already inside. We're feeling
I
like
should charge for making out.
excited, personal insight and reflection, unusual thoughts and speech. Always.
Always. I was like, no,
Yeah.
not me.
We see things that are moving. Moving.
Okay.
What is that? Just kidding. What are magic mushrooms? So you say
Mm,
you've tried them, right?
yeah.
I never have.
I
I guess
don't
because of the
think you're
same
missing out on.
anything.
Yeah, I don't think so. I didn't. I took it like 3 times and I didn't like it.
What did it make you feel though? Like, how come you didn't like it?
Well, I I feel like it's like LSD. How you were saying you have to be in a positive mindset,
Yeah.
and I feel like I wasn't. So the 3 times were kind of more like weird.
So you
They were
felt awkward, weird?
like I wanted to cry.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I wasn't in the right
State of mind.
mind or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so I didn't like it.
Yeah, I think it's like, and it's like kind of like a trial and error kind of thing with that because it's
What do you mean?
like, well, yeah, because you can think I'm in a great, I feel great right now, you know, but
Yeah,
then
and then it
you might get a fucking fucked up memory and then boom, it takes you there, you know?
and it goes. Poof. Yeah,
So is this
yeah.
something like that you need to try and see how it works? But obviously, like you're
I
not
don't
gonna try
know.
when you're like in a bad mood or like depressed, you know?
Well, I didn't think I was. You know what I mean? Like
That's
it
what I'm
just kind of
saying.
happened.
It's like a trial and error thing because you're not gonna know for
Well,
sure.
yeah.
Like so, mushrooms, psilocybin, I don't know how to say it, is the main ingredient found in several types of psychoactive mushrooms, making it perhaps the best known natural occurring psychedelic drug. Although psilocybin is considered active at doses around 3 to 4 milligrams, a common dose used in clinical research setting ranges from 14 to 30 milligrams. The most popular species of psilocybin mushrooms or magic mushrooms is psilocy- psilocybe pubescens, which is usually taken orally either by eating dried caps and stems or steeped in hot water and drunk as a tea, with a common dose around 1 to 2.5 grams. Wow.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't know you can like have like magic shroom
Tea,
tea.
sip, sip.
It's gonna be like changing your mom's tea time with you and her. Like,
Oh, yeah. There you go. All right.
because Crystal, it's adorable. Crystal and the mom and your mom have tea time
Yeah,
every day.
we do.
Yeah, well, except
We
for
do.
today, I don't think you guys had it today.
I'm
Because I took
gonna wake her
her
up now.
time. Huh?
I said I'm gonna go wake her up.
I'm ready for my magic shroom tea. Look, mom, let's try this one out.
I got something different.
Yeah, so personal insight and reflection, excited mood. So it's pretty much the same thing. So I don't have to really go into that. So it's technically what you're getting with acid, but like with the shrooms, you know? I think it's a little bit more of a, I think it's more because it's more earthy, because they're shrooms, they're
I see.
mushrooms. It's a little less, you know,
Yeah.
intense, you know?
You know
But
where I heard they grow?
where?
Well, you know how there's I guess people that have a shitload of cows, and I
Mm,
heard it grows in the bottom of shit.
mm.
Honestly, that's what
And
I
then you put
heard.
it
I
in
don't
your
know.
mouth.
Well, I mean, you're not gonna put it right like that. I'm sure they clean them. I hope.
I don't know. Uh, this one kind of scares me a lot. In Colombia, it's from over
Oh,
there, and they pretty much, okay, this is a horrible, like, this is the most horrible drug that I've ever seen or heard of because they use it to, like, okay, so it's like a in powder form, and what this drug does is pretty much it lets you, it ¿Cómo te digo? Like you lose your will, like your, how can I explain it?
Like you're an autopilot.
Yeah, like you're not like, okay, so they use it to steal, to burglarize, to take advantage, I'm sure,
Yeah, I've
But
heard of that one.
what is devil's breath? The drug is called scopolamine, but more commonly referred as the devil's breath. It is made from the seeds of borrachero tree. It is mainly produced in Colombia, where it is used to make victims carry out sexual assaults and robberies.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
It is insane because it looks like a plant. I'll show it. It's it looks like a pretty plant too. You're like,
Yeah.
stop and smell the roses. No, do not smell anything.
Yeah, that's what I heard that you can't even a little bit.
Yeah,
Like somebody
so
can be passing by and blow it on you.
or like they'll be like, "Oh, can you tell me the directions on this paper?" And it'll have it, and then you get it close to you, and you'll sniff it, and you lose all control of.
Yeah.
Like you look normal, but the way the drug works is that you lose all control, and you pretty much like
Do whatever.
quieres quedar bien con la persona. Like whoever is
Oh,
there, and like they'll tell you, "Oh, let's go to your house. Come on, take me to your house,"
you're
and
like,
you'll be like,
yeah,
yeah, sure, come on, let's go." And you don't know this person. Obviously, if you were without the drugs, you would be like, "Fuck, who the fuck are you?"
you wouldn't have obviously.
But you want to comply with them. You want to do everything in your power to make them feel happy. So, like, there's been
Yeah.
cases where people have used it to, like, burglarize and steal things from people. And I saw a documentary on it, and there was a person who was talking about it, saying that they did that to that person, the person that was talking. He said, and I was normal, and even my neighbor was like, because I was helping them move out things from
Load the truck.
inside. Yeah, load the truck.
Yeah.
I was helping them. And then my neighbor was like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "Oh." And then even like he was fine, like, "Oh no, we're just moving things, whatever." And he was normal. And even then, like he was like, and I was even like trying to look for things to give them, look for money. Like it's like an anxiety, like I need to give them something, like you
That's
quieres
crazy.
quedar bien con la persona, so you're like even looking for like things to give them, you know
That's crazy. Yeah.
it's insane. It's a
And
crazy
that's
drug.
why I heard also that they take advantage of girls like, oh, let's have sex. And they end up saying yes, but not because they want to, but because that drug's making you
That's what
want
I'm
it.
telling you,
Like,
because they're like wanting quieren quedar bien.
that's
So
crazy.
I heard like strippers use it on people, on the guys. They'll put it on, like they'll put it here, or they'll put it somewhere like right here or whatever, and they'll have them sniff it or whatever without them knowing, and that's how they take advantage of. They take their money.
That's crazy.
It is insane. It's like a really, like, how can it be abused as a date rape drug? It is insane. Like it's such a scary. It's a
Yeah.
scary. Like when I saw it, when I heard of it, I was freaked out. I was like, "Fuck that! I never want to go.
Yeah. I was like,
I
hell,
want to go to
shit.
Colombia." So, so yeah, it has all that, or even like the crocodile one.
Ooh.
Remember that one? I was telling you.
Yeah, that one's gross too.
That was intense. Okay, so I'm gonna finish off this with a cute little would you rather kind of quiz, and then we'll close it out after this.
Let's
After
do it.
so much talk about sex, we didn't even talk about sex that much, huh? Let's talk a little bit about sex. Okay, so what do you prefer? Having sex while you're like intoxicated, while you're While you're drunk, while you're on drugs, or normal?
Uh, I'm gonna have to go. It's because I've had the best sex when I'm stoned. It's so beautiful.
They say that
It's really good. So yeah. And
like
you,
you
what
don't
about you?
cry. Me?
Yeah. Sober, drunk, or on drugs?
Um mm, I don't know. I've
I don't
had
know.
I think drugs probably.
Oh shit.
Because you
Shoot.
like, like which is everything's enhanced.
Yeah, that's
Everything
true.
like you're like just feeling all sorts of stuff. From the fucking
Yes,
drug
dude.
and from the sex. So I would say that. But drunk sex is pretty hot too, you know?
I don't really like it because I don't remember most of it. Like the way that I used to drink, like I would, I don't remember most of the time. So
Mm,
I can't say I would like it. Drunk.
yeah.
I,
Would you rather give
no, no,
up
no.
cheese or give up oral sex? That's a hard one. I asked this to Monchis and he's like, oral sex. Give
Oh,
up oral sex. And I'm like, what are you trying to say? Wait a minute.
what would you pick though?
Oh, cheese is so good though.
Yes.
And then he's like describing this because everything has cheese, babe. Pasta with
Everything does have
cheese.
cheese. I was thinking about the same shit. Like
I think I
everything.
would give up oral sex for cheese.
I don't
it's
think I
just
would. Honestly.
it's just my fat ass would give up oral
No, I
sex.
would. I would say no to cheese.
Really, you would give up cheese for
Yeah,
orals?
for oral, yeah.
Okay, so would you rather change the future or change the past? Ooh, very
Ooh,
insightful
the
question.
future.
You would rather change the future?
Yeah. Well, I
Uh,
feel like if you want to change the future, then the past wouldn't happen. You know what I mean?
no, well, the past would have been the past. It would have
You're
happened
looking at the future
already.
already.
But the
You're looking at the
future,
future, so you stop yourself from doing stupid shit. You know what I mean? Like that's what I think. I don't know.
no, you're going back to stopping yourself. Like if you want to change the past, meaning that, oh, I'll change what I fucked up on the past.
No, I think that's what
Yes.
made me me.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
feel like that's what makes a person who you are now because of the past.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm saying that's what I'm telling you. Like
Oh,
the way you described it, like I thought that's what you're saying. So you would want to change the future.
yeah,
I would want to change the future.
the future.
It makes sense what he said though. Like, why would you want to change the
It
future?
makes
Because
sense.
you change the past and it'll eventually change the future.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
if you change the
Yeah,
past, as far as like global warming and all that, right? So if you change all the things that we fucked up in the past, we wouldn't be in like how we are global warming wise, like.
yeah. No, I get what you're
So like
saying,
you make
but
a lot of changes in the past, like, hey, don't fucking be careless with things and you
like
know
anybody will listen though.
but that's the thing. It's a very hypothetical question. Like, hey, if I could change it, I would change it. And if it's a
Yeah,
hypothetical question, meaning that everybody's gonna listen to me because I'm changing it. So I'm gonna change
yeah,
global warming, all the environmental stuff, meaning that it would eventually change the future and you'd have a brighter future for Actually, you would want to have kids because you're like, hey, I'm gonna have kids because I'm leaving them a beautiful world. Not like, hey, let's have
Yeah,
kids
yeah,
and I don't even know what the fuck they're gonna do because the world is fucked up right now, you know? Because of the
yeah. No, I get
environmental
what you mean.
yeah, so that's
But
the reason.
what if you change something from the past and maybe it gets worse in the
Ya
future?
vas con el butterfly effect. What if you change this and it affects all this?
Yeah, you never know, dude.
You take some and you leave, you know, like you
Everything happens
throw.
for a reason, is the way I see it.
Well,
No me
yeah,
estés
but
hablando.
no, but the thing is that humans are very, us as humans, we're very reckless and we're very stupid. You know,
Exactly.
we don't treat life or like Earth how we're supposed to, like so it can last. You know, for our future generations, we don't do that. We don't give a fuck. We're very selfish and we don't care because we're living in the
Yeah,
now and right now. Like, oh yeah, but then you're having so many fucking kids for what? You're gonna leave them a crappy ass fucking life, crappy
yeah.
Earth to live in. Like, that's why
I
sometimes
get.
I even think like, do I even want to bring children? Like, yeah, they're gonna be fine, but what about their children? And what about their children? You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna probably live in like we already live in this fucking. There's so many places that I mean, we have so much trash. We make so much trash, you know? Everything is so it's insane. And then we have so many like types of animals that are dying and they're not even gonna be able to see like, oh what was a lion? This was back in the day, this was a lion and they were
Yeah,
beautiful. And they're like they're not even
yeah,
gonna know what the fuck that is because they're dying, you
hmm,
know?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah. No wonder they
I
tell me I
know.
talk a lot.
You don't, but like I was just saying, like for me, it would be the future because I think that either way, if you want to change the past, like people are always gonna fuck up. People are always like, what if like the world has always been messed up? I feel like I don't know, it's always gonna mess up. Like even if you change it, like it's gonna go back to.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I don't know, but it's just my opinion.
That's your
So I don't know.
such negativity.
So I would rather
I'm just
just,
kidding.
I don't know, dude. It's
Such
not negative. It's
negativity.
real.
It's realism.
It's yeah. It's the past. So I obviously know what's happened, and it's a bunch of negative shit. You know, like that's
But
happened.
then there's been a lot of positive stuff too.
There has been a lot of positive too. Yeah.
Women were able to vote, and now we're able to vote because of that. Would you rather fall in love once to not end up with them or be married for 50 years and not be in love with them?
Once. Be in
Yeah.
love once.
I'd rather feel the love than be married for 50 years and not feel shit.
Forever. Like, oh.
Hell no. Would you rather have a great night's rest or have a great night of partying?
A good night's sleep.
Me too. I really do. I'm like, I really do.
Uh,
Good night's sleep.
I think because we've gone through things where we like drugs, where we can't sleep all night, that it makes you cherish like, oh, I want to go to sleep.
Yes.
Like, I don't know.
Okay. Would you rather know when you're going to die or know how you're going to die?
Oh, that's a tough one because I wouldn't want to know either, but
Oh hell no.
I guess know how.
How you're gonna die?
Hmm. I
Why? So you
guess.
can try to prevent it.
No,
You're like
just
stay
because,
away from any vehicles or any trains or
no,
any
like,
fucking.
I just feel like if you know when, like, well, I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it.
I think I would rather know when That way I can
Oh,
plan as accordingly.
yeah, I don't know. That's a
Accordingly
tough
to
one.
when I'm gonna die.
I don't know. Probably I'm gonna change it to that too.
Yeah, because that way I can be like, oh well.
'Cause I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't want to. I don't know. I don't want to know either, but I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess knowing what day at least you could cherish life till that point.
Imagine tomorrow. Fuck.
Yes,
Well,
ahora.
pues ya es mañana. Ay, pues ya es mañana. Ya que.
Ya es hora.
¿Qué voy a hacer ahorita?
Nada.
Se me va a dormir. Me voy a
Ay,
dormir, hombre. Qué hueva.
maybe I'll die in my sleep.
Qué hueva. Mejor me duermo. I know. Speaking of sleeping and involves sleep, we're going to be talking about dreams.
Oh
Dreams and the
yeah.
meanings of dreams. Why? Because Crystal, our little Crystal here, has been having the same dream over and over again. So it's like just like
It's
a
a recurring
reoccurring
dream.
dream. And we're like trying to find out what it means. And so that kind of got me thinking, like, what do dreams really mean, you know? Because my sister
Yeah.
actually is really good at that because she, like, I'll tell her, like, hey, I dreamt this, and she'll be like looking it up. Boop. Oh, it means this. Don't worry, it means that. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, that's cute.
So usually when you dream something like super bad, you go right away thinking that it's something bad, but it usually is the opposite.
You really,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. So that's what we're.
Sometimes, yeah,
Oh yeah, sometimes. Yes,
but
it's
you
gonna be
know,
interesting to know like what our dreams are telling us.
what meanings,
Because I feel
yeah,
like it's telling
meanings
it tells you like I feel like unconsciously us dreaming if we're stressed out
is
or
what we're
whatever, it's
thinking.
gonna affect your dreams. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
So that's gonna be super interesting. I hope this was super interesting for you guys because I found it super interesting when I was researching everything. And it was just so much to know, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of shit I didn't know.
Like the fact that a lot of it just started off from being medicinal purposes,
And
and then now it's like, don't even fucking
a
go there.
drug.
Yeah, like don't even try it. And then like we went really deep into our experiences with drugs, and that was like not even half of the not even half of it. You know, but some of it is very like eye-opening. It's super eye-opening because now they say, oh, you get wiser, and you do. You start thinking differently, and you start like putting everything more into perspective, the way that you're seeing life, and just seems like it's a waste of time, really.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
honestly.
don't know. But I mean, I'm very lenient on like pot smoking because it's pot, you know? I don't know.
Yeah,
To
no,
me,
I get what you
it's
mean.
like smoking a cigarette. I smoke a cigarette, and you can smoke pot. It makes you feel good. It gives me like a little bit of, you know, like it
A good
relaxes
feeling.
me. It gives me, yeah, a little good feeling. So I'm very like, oh well, it's just pot, you know. I don't know
It's
how I
pot,
would
yeah.
feel with my children, you know. I don't know how it
Mm-hmm.
would be. But I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we when we get there.
When
If
we
we
get
get
there.
there. Right? So
Yeah.
with that said, Crystal,
Love
I'll
you, butts.
I'll see you later. I don't know why I did that.
I don't know either, but
I've been
a
wanting
little
to
antenna.
I've been wanting to go smoke a cigarette for the longest
Here
time,
you go.
and it's already 3.
I know.
So I'm gonna
Ooh.
go. Nah, I'm
All
gonna
right,
go
buddy.
smoke a cigarette, and I will see you
Me.
guys on our next episode when we talk about dreams. So go to sleep, Chris. Kiss
Good
me.
night, guys.
Kiss us all. Not the guys.
Kiss. I'm like, what?
I'm kidding.
Dude, don't fucking do that. ¿Qué es eso atrás de ti?
Oh, no se ve nada, güey.
Ese, güey. Por eso está ahí escondido.
Es el Monchis, ahí anda. Ahí anda enojado el Monchis.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That is
Oh,
not even cool.
what?
Not. Yeah, I don't care. It's just that, like, at the moment, I was like, my heart sank a little bit.
Oh, sorry. That was funny. Though.
Even 99, what a time to be alive. Start a podcast, become a DJ, try and fill the void inside. I'd be lying if I didn't say that sounds nice. Wake up, check your phone, but the battery's died.